but it's blasphemous to call the Lord anything other than his true name, Yahweh. That's blasphemy. Right. So that's why when it says names full of blasphemy, that's what it's talking about. All right.
Revelation 17:3, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Now here we go. This beast had 7 heads and 10 horns. These 7 heads are speaking about the 7 kingdoms that rose up in power after Rome fell. This is the angel showing John that Rome is going to fall. Rome is going to break up into 7 separate countries, and then 10 countries out of that. That was great comfort to him, because at this time when John was on this island, Rome was powerful, brother. I believe Dalmatian. Look up some cat named Dalmatian, I believe.
Okay.
Damnation. I believe his name was Caesar Damnation. I believe he was in charge when John was on the island of Patmos in prison. But of course, it's history, so you can't verify it like you can the Bible. But I believe his name was Damnation or Damnation. All right.
Okay.
Well, Rome was very strong, but the prophecy that John is receiving is that Rome is going to be split up, 7 kingdoms, and then 10 kingdoms after that. You understand? What are these 7 kingdoms? These 7 kingdoms are the 7 major Roman provinces that rose up in the fall of Rome. Rome splintered. So, first Rome splintered into East and West, to the eastern part of the Roman Empire, which was headed by Constantinople, right? And then the western part of the Roman Empire, which was in the city of Rome, which is today called the Vatican, right? And they split up in 2. Then after that, it split more into 7 heads. Those 7 heads are Spain. I got it right here. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Keep reading down. It'll go more into the heads, and then I'll give you the breakdown on what they are.
What, if I may, was it Spain, Portugal, Russia, England, Germany, Italy, and France?
I believe that's it. Let me make sure. Italy, that's correct. Okay, the only one I'm not sure about is Russia. I can't recall Russia.
Okay. Let me see.
I'm not sure if Russia is the 6th one. Is Russia the 6th one? That sounds right though. Let's go with that. But unless you can confirm it or disaffirm it, let me know. All right.
Okay.
But all the rest of them are absolutely right to my memory. Okay, read it one more time.
So verse Revelation 17:3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Verse 4.
Well, I'm sorry, you are right about Russia. I just reminded myself of it just now. Russia was started by the Slavs. Slavs are Indo-European, right? Indo-European, which is like, what's Indo-Europe? Around Germany or something like that, in that area. All right. But the Slavs are Indo-European. The Slavs are who started Russia. So you're correct. It is Russia. All right. Continue.
Okay. Verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color.
The woman was dressed in what?
Purple and scarlet color.
But once again, many of you out there have heard of the IUIC. This is where the IUIC, the purple pigs, cerdos morados, this is where they get their color scheme, their uniforms. They get it from the Roman Empire. You don't believe me? Show me the Vatican today. Show me the popes and the cardinals. Recently they just elected a new Count Dracula over there in Vatican City. They elected a new pope. And here's the meeting of all the popes right here.
Good night.
This is the cardinals and the bishops. This is them all meeting to elect a new Count Dracula in Vatican City, which is the seat of the western part of the Roman Empire. Read that precept again.
Yes, sir. Revelation 17:4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color.
These were the colors of Rome. Did I send you the color? Why these are the colors of Rome? I believe I sent this to you as well.
Yes, sir. Kind. If you could pull that up, Malak Mababa Kushai.
This is the reason that red is so important in Rome, and purple and gold is so important in Rome, which is why it's important to the Roman Catholic Church, which is why fake Israelite groups like the IUIC made them their colors today, because every false god is trying to be the Roman Empire. They all want to do it. They all want to find a way to be the Byzantine Empire, to be the Roman Empire. They all idolize this whore. Everyone, every Christian church, every fake Israelite group is idolizing the Roman Empire. They want to be her. They want to drink of that cup. They want to commit fornication with that whore.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, good night.
Read what this is right here. Read that.
Let me see.
Is at the bottom right there.
Let me see.
Roman emperor sitting on throne in purple and gold. Right. The artist's depiction of how Roman emperors would dress. And I'm going to explain to you why. They all wanted to be arrayed in this color, purple and gold. Purple and gold, red. They all wore red. There's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. Give me another. You have something else?
If I may, I have this library I go to down the road. And in the section of learning about Rome and the different eras of the Roman Empire, there's a book that captures every age, if you will, of the Roman Empire. And this is what the book looks like. And it's very on purpose. It's purple and gold.
Yeah, there you go.
Ancient Rome. I thought that was pretty significant to what you're explaining right now.
Yeah, if I ever thought about it, I'd have had a picture of the IUIC and put it I would have put it right next to Caesar.
Okay.
Put it right next to Caesar because that's where they get it from.
Right.
But and the Romans use it for a specific reason, and they use red for a specific reason.
Right.
All right. Do you have any more things, any more videos or pictures about the clothing?
If you could, Malakma, it says clothing in ancient Rome. That's the heading of the tab I sent you. If you could pull that up for us, Baba Kushai.
Make it a little bigger, Rock, so I can read it.
We can zoom it.
Or you can read it for me. Either one is fine.
So from the top.
Yes, please.
This is clothing.
Wait, I think this is the one I told you to skip down to a certain word, I believe.
Let me see.
I can't see it. You have made that bigger for me.
Yeah. Let me see here.
Start at the toga. What the hell? Go ahead.
It says Salakia as well. The toga was considered Rome's quote unquote national costume.
So the toga was, their uniform, which is what everyone wore. Go ahead.
Privileged to Roman citizens, but for day-to-day activities, most Romans preferred more casual, practical, and comfortable clothing.
So they wouldn't wear this every day, but this was their formal attire. This was their church clothing. This is what they wore to church. When they went to a religious function, they wore this toga. Go ahead.
The tunic in various forms was the basic garment for all classes.
I'm gonna skip down all that's going into how they dress. Skip down, keep going down.
Most clothing and simple.
Scroll down.
Oh, slack it. Let me see here.
I'm find you for time's sake. Let's stop right there. 1 second. Okay, here we go. None will participate successful. Elite. Keep going. Okay, hold on. Formal wear. Well, I gave you a word earlier, Rock. I texted it to you, brother.
It says the word. It might have been a typo. If I'm
okay, but then maybe it was a typo. Let me see. Okay, let me just try. Babbity, bang, bang, cloth of gold, embroideries, a Roman. You see the word purple?
I do.
Go ahead.
If you could go up just a little bit. Rome's governing elite produced law designed to limit public displays of personal wealth and luxury. None were particularly successful, as the same wealthy elite had an appetite for luxurious and fashionable clothing. Exotic fabrics were available at a price: silk, damasks, translucent gauzes, cloth of gold, and intricate embroideries. And
go ahead, keep going.
And and vivid, expensive dyes such as saffron yellow or Tyrian purple.
The Tyrian purple was just, so expensive, so rich. Go back up, please. You should see something about white. It'll say white, red, and purple somewhere up there. It's in there. We got to find it somewhere in there right now. I'll text you the word. Let me see if I can find it real fast for you.
Okay.
Stand by. Okay, I got you. You're going to see the rare. It's going to say the toga, the pui. It's going to be in the section Trabea, Trabea.
Trabea.
It should be in blue right there. You see the word Trabea? Okay, go ahead and read from Trabea down. Go ahead.
I could be saying it wrong. Equatus.
Equatus is the name of a Roman scholar who went to write about history in Rome. Go ahead.
Wore the Trabea, a shorter equestrian form of white toga, or a purple, red wrap, or both.
Right. Equestrian means it was made to be worn on a horse. So this is a toga that was shorter so that it wouldn't get caught up down there among the horse and touch the horse. But what color was it? It was white. It was white, right? That's why the Pope wears white, because white was the purest form, like a Caesar would wear white. Caesar wore a white toga. The religious people would wear a blue toga, a red toga, a purple toga, and all of these colors represented something. Many of you know about the red, white, and blue in the American flag. The red, white, and blue in the American flag comes from Rome. White represents the most holy priesthood, the ones who are above the fray, the ones that sit in power, like the Pope who wears white. The blue represents the city, or the police. The red represents the military. Those three factions have to work together for Rome not to split up into 7 heads. Those are the 3 factions of Rome that they need to work together, which is why every society that has broken off from Rome uses red, white, and blue in their flag. Every last one. Everyone uses red, white, and blue. Russia, Great Britain, all of them use red, white, and blue because all of them know that 3 groups of people, 3 factions of society must come together or else they'll split up. The judges, the priests, the ones who wear white, the military. The military is represented by red, and blue is represented by the law keepers that keep the people in order. That's why the police wear blue. That's why the Roman military wore red. That's why Great Britain in their military, they wore red. The red signifies blood because the people in the military are killers. The people who govern the city are concerned about the law and people being orderly. And white rules over both of them and sits in judgment over both of them. This is where they got it from. They all got it from Rome. If you need more proof, look up this term, the 4th estate. Where does that term come from? Fourth estate. When you get it, let me know. I'll read it.
If you could, Malakma. And if I may, sir, I think it's interesting. I just thought about it. I thought it was kind of funny that red and blue makes purple.
Well, that's I was getting to that, but you were right on point.
Oh, so I guess, sir.
Red and blue. When you combine red and blue together, it makes purple. You might not notice about America, but whenever there's a presidential election, and this happened all the way up until Donald Trump, whatever party loses, The loser comes out on stage wearing purple. If you want to get when Hillary Clinton lost the election when she gave her concession speech. She wore purple. That's done on purpose, because purple is to say, listen, I'm a Democrat, I wear blue. You're a Republican, you wear red. But to come together, I'll wear purple. I'll make peace with the other party. So they're supposed to wear purple to signify unity between the red and the blue. If you want to, you can just pull up Hillary Clinton's concession speech when she lost the election. She'll come out on the stage and she's going to wear purple. And it's a tradition that they always kept. Donald Trump doesn't keep any traditions because he's too ignorant to do anything that's honorable or dignified at all. But this is how Rome was. Purple signified unity. We were together. We were rich and we were powerful and we were unified. And it's the unity of the red and the blue. All right. In the American society, red signifies Republicans, blue signifies the Democrats. In gang culture, red signifies the Bloods out there in California, and blue signifies the Crips. You see that? That's why you see Bill Clinton doing it.
Right.
That's why they're trying to say, listen, we lost. We're not going to wear blue out here. We ain't going to be Crips out here. We ain't going to be Crips out here tonight. Usually we dress like Crips. That's how the Democrats dress like Crips. They said, no, we ain't going to dress like Crips tonight. We're going to wear purple to signify we want peace. We all come together. You see the red and the blue behind her, correct? Right? The red, white, and the blue comes from Rome. It's the three major segments of Roman society: the priesthood, the military, and the state. And they need unity. When they don't have unity, they break up into seven heads. That's what happened. They broke up. If you look at any picture of a Roman soldier wearing red, wore red, which is why Great Britain wore red. I think Great Britain used to be called the Redcoats. They wore red all the way up until God knows when. I think they still wear red over there at Buckingham Palace. I think the brothers from the UK know what I'm talking about. I think the beef eaters out there, the guards out there, no, not the beef eaters, but the Buckingham Palace guards. I think they still wear the traditional red that comes from being the military. That's the red. Those are the Bloods, the Republicans, the Roman military. And blue is worn by the police, the state. Even the war, the great civil war that was had in Rome, which is when Julius Caesar came up against, Julius Caesar was killed, and then Mark Antony and Augustus Caesar fought the people who were with what's his name? Pliny the Elder, Crassus, Brutus, and they wore blue.
Right. Salak Yahanna.
Go ahead, please.
Salak, sir, just want to let you know that I have that fourth estate whenever you want it, sir.
Please. The fourth estate is very integral to understand what the red, white, and the blue are. Also, if you need a precept, you go to the three-headed eagle. That precept in the Bible about the three-headed eagle. Go ahead and read that, please.
The term fourth estate or fourth power refers to the press and news media in their explicit capacity beyond the reporting of news of wielding influence in politics.
So you see, the media is known as the fourth power because there are three powers. The press became to be known as the fourth power because the press is the one who informs the people about what's really going on. Skip down to it, it'll explain the other powers. One second. You'll get it right now. Right? So what's all this proving? This is just proving where these colors come from. You see them all over the place, red, white, and blue. The Pope wears white. The cardinals and bishops wear purple and red. The Republicans love blue. I mean, the Democrats love blue. The Crips love blue. The Bloods love red. They all come from Rome. All of it comes from Rome. I sent you the screenshot.
Sir. Going to pull it up now.
Also, I'll give you another book while he's doing that. You can go find. There's a book called the the 12 Caesars, which will speak about the 12 Caesars that took over Rome, that's changed Rome from being a republic into an empire, starting with Julius Caesar and ending with Hadrian. Okay, you can guess that's the book right there. That's an excellent book. It'll speak about the 12 Caesars. These 12 Caesars are the ones that expanded Rome to control most of the world. And then, of course, they fell apart. They broke apart into 7 governments. You have the fourth. You haven't yet? The thing I sent you over?
Can you play? Origins. The term fourth estate emerged from the traditional concept of the 3 estates in Europe, where the nobility, the clergy, and the commoners.
That's what you right there. You hear that? The nobility, the clergy, and the commoners. Those 3 have to come together. That's the 3 colors on the flag. That's those 3 lines. Who are the nobility? What do they wear? They wear the white. That's the Pope. The Pope wears white. He's the nobility. Well, who else? The nobility. Say that again.
The nobility, the clergy, and the
Who
commoners.
Are the clergy? The clergy are the people that take care of the people. You know, the people that they organize the people. They bring the people together. Your priests, your bishops, the people who are in charge of the people. That's the clergy. They call them politicians today. They're the same thing as preachers. A preacher and a politician is exactly the same thing. He's there to wrangle and to pacify the people. The clergy, that's the blue. Keep going.
And the commoners.
And who are the commoners? You should know who the commoners are. The commoners, that's the military. Because who is in the military? Who's dying in the military? Not the sons of rich men. Not them. Not the sons of the wealthy. The commoner joins the military and he dies on foreign soil. He gives his life. He's the one that you send out to go kill people. He's the one that you send to Carthage and to Gaul and to France and to go fight the Huns. He's the one you send to Iraq and Afghanistan, right? The commoner, that's the people in the military. Those 3 have to come together. When they don't come together, when they fight each other, then Rome breaks up into 7 separate kingdoms. Everyone understands.
Okay.
All right. Let's
if I may, sir, I had a question. I wanted to get clarity on. Would it be fair, or would it be right to assume the Republicans and the Democrats come from I believe the plebeians and patricians?
Yes, the plebeians and the patricians. The patricians are the wealthy class. That's correct. Okay. And that's why you always have that too in society. Even over in Great Britain, you have the Conservative Party and you have the Labor Party. Right? That's how it is in every country. In every country, it's the rich and the poor that have to find a way to come together. They got to unify. And of course, there's someone above them that will be over all of them, the red, the white, and the blue. The plebeians were the common everyday people, and the patrician class were the rich people in Rome. Oh, the patricians, they wore glorious purple and gold garments, brother. The patrician class, I mean, they wore the most beautiful purple and gold. You would have thought they was deacons in the IUIC. They dressed so pretty.
Good night.
They were so pretty purple homos in Rome.
If I may,
go ahead,
if I may, it makes it more. I can understand it more if I was a brother in the 1st century of Rome and Christ telling me the parable of Lazarus. It would just make so much sense to me why he's saying the purple.
That's the reason. He's saying purple because Jesus Christ was against the white man.
Right.
He was coming against them. He was always trying to talk about the white man. Always. And they were always trying to kill him over it. Always trying to get him killed. Well, should we pay taxes? What do you say? Should we pay trying to get him killed? Because they want him to say no. So then the Romans could come and kill him right there on the spot. Instead, he says, whose face is on the money? Caesar's. Then render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and give unto God what belongs to God. Right. He was always trying to fight the Roman Empire, but not fight them with weapons, not fight them with swords and staves, but fight them with the power of God. And that power eventually split them up into 7 pieces. Split them up. And now John is hearing about it on this island. He's hearing about the future. And the prophecy that he received, it happened. It happened. He got this prophecy when Rome was strong and stable. The red, white, and the blue were together. They were unified. And he got this prophecy that they were going to fall. And it happened. Go ahead.
Kind. Revelation 17 and 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abomination and filthiness of her fornication.
Oh, that's that cup that everybody wants to get a drink out of. She has a golden cup in her hand, full of filthiness, abominations, and everybody comes to drink of. Everyone comes to get a swig of what's in that cup. This is where your church comes from in America. This is why your church has pagan holidays. Your church has a Christmas tree in it, not because of Jesus, but because it was a Christmas tree in Rome. They worship Christmas. They worship Saturnalia. They worship these holidays. And everybody comes to drink, because if you are willing to act as the Romans do, you know that saying, right? When in Rome. You ever heard that saying, Double Bun?
I heard it before, but I'm not too.
When in Rome, behave as the Romans do.
Good night.
But when you're in Rome, man, act like them. Eat what they eat. They eat crab, right? You eat crab. They eat snails and lobster. You eat them. They wear purple and gold. You wear it. They wear red to signify that they're clothed in blood. You do it. They're Crips and Bloods. You be a Crip in the blood. You wear blue and red. You do it. And everyone drinks. And that's the significance of it. It always boggles my mind that the Democrats and the Republicans have the same colors as the Crips and the Bloods. Like that's like a mind-boggling thing. And some poor brother who's a Crip or a Blood, he has no idea that really he's just a Democrat or a Republican. It's the exact same thing.
Okay.
The same battle, the same fight, and they're all just people who have drank from that cup. They have all drunk from that filthy cup of the Roman Empire.
Okay. If I may, sir, not to interject too much, but it reminds me of a famous pathway that the Romans used, known as the Appian Way. And you can go now and as a tourist and go view it, and they call it the Purple Route.
Yes, they do.
That's crazy.
That's what it's called today. The Purple Route. And that's where they had Roman triumphs. The Appian Way, because the Appian Way is right in between the 7 hills of Rome. And so it's like a Broadway in between these 7 major marketplaces, major business places that they called hills, which is why America has Capitol Hill today, right? America has those hills because those are the hills that they had in Rome. And the Appian Way was where Caesar and other Caesars after him would have a triumph. Donald Trump is about to have his own triumph in Washington, D.C. Right. He's going to have a military triumph just like Julius Caesar. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. America is Rome. Great Britain is Rome.
Right.
France is Rome. France is Rome.
Right.
Spain is Rome. They're Rome. Keep going.
Count on, sir. Revelation 17 and 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery. Babylon.
On her head, meaning it's on her head for a reason, because what's on your head? Your brain, your mind. On her forehead was what?
Mystery.
Keep going.
Babylon the Great.
Mystery. Babylon the Great. Why? Well, let's start backwards. You know what Babylon the Great is. Babylon the Great is where you get the Christmas tree from Babylon. Right? That's the Appian Way right there. And they recreate that in Washington, D.C. And every president, when he becomes president, he wins, he has that ride down that street where he waves at all the people. The Pope does it in Rome, where he goes down the same path in the Vatican City, and he waves down the street. Donald Trump is going to have tanks and missiles and everything when he does his birthday party for everyone to come out and worship him like he's Julius Caesar. That's the Appian way. It's Roman tradition. In Rome, they called it a triumph. In America, they called it an inauguration. In Great Britain, they call it a coronation. It's the exact same thing. All right, continue.
Kind. Mystery. Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots.
There you go. Babylon the Great, the mother of whores. The word harlot is an old word that means whore or prostitute. All right, today. All right. Babylon the Great is the first power on the earth that was started by a man named Nimrod, who was a mighty hunter. He killed so many people. He conquered the globe. And when he felt his power was at its peak, he decided to conquer God as well. He decided he would fight the Lord. He thought he was strong enough. He had conquered, he had brought all the people of the world together, which is the point you have to get with Babylon the Great. Like this thing called racial unity, the unity of countries, that was the desire of Rome. That was the desire of Babylon, to bring everyone together. If you need it, you can read the precept. If you don't think we need to now, it's up to you. But if you go back and read the precept, that when his power was great and all people spoke the same language, he decided to build a tower and to attack God, where God lives in heaven. He thought he was strong enough. Unity, the people of this world don't want unity to end starvation, to end poverty, to make sure every child has health care. They could do that tomorrow. America could end poverty tomorrow, if they wanted to. The countries of this world want to unify so that they can conquer more of the globe, so they can destroy more people. There's only a certain amount of people that America can destroy on its own, but if Great Britain will come together with it, oh my goodness, if they can get Qatar and Saudi Arabia, if they can get more countries to unify, then they could conquer more of the globe. Then they could conquer the moon. Then they could conquer Mars. Then they could do it, which is all they want. They want unity. Well, the first country that demanded unity of all nations was Babylon. They wanted unity from all nations, and they wanted it so they could fight God. They attempted it. God struck down their tower and scattered their unity. He didn't let them talk to each other anymore. He gave them all different languages. And that's why it's called Babylon to this day. Because he gave them all different languages. And now when one of them talked, all they heard is babble. They couldn't understand each other anymore. God did that because God does not want them to unify. Because if they do unify, nothing will be barred from them. They'll be able to conquer Mars. They'll be able to conquer Saturn. They'll do everything because they're unified in wickedness, in evil. They're not unified to help the sick. They're not unified to help children get health care. They're unified to be more wicked at more places. That's it.
Right.
So now, that's why she's called Babylon the Great, the mother of whores. Why is Babylon the Great called the mother of whores? Because Babylon birthed Rome. Understand? It's like a whore that gives birth to more whores. Like you're a whore. A lot of you people out there, your mom was a whore. I heard about her. Your mother was a whore. And what did she give birth to? More whores. Your mother was having sex with all kinds of men. Before you know it, that woman has a daughter. That daughter has sex with every goddamn body. Why? Because she's just like her mother. So that's Babylon. Babylon was a country that wanted to unify all people of the planet to come together to fight God. Rome is trying to do the same thing. After Rome, America does the same thing. That's another whore. Then Great Britain, that's another whore. Then Spain, Germany, that's another whore. What was Adolf Hitler trying to do? Why did Adolf Hitler invade Poland? Why did Adolf Hitler invade Austria? Why did he invade what's that other country he invaded? what's the other one? Right next to Germany. Poland. It begins with a P. I forget the name. All those countries around there. He invaded France. Why did Adolf Hitler invade and take over France? Adolf Hitler was trying to unify those countries. They were all going to be German. France, Poland, all the surrounding countries, the Deutschland. He was unifying the world, Adolf Hitler, so he could be more wicked and more evil. Why did America form the United States? You hear that term right there, warrior?
What kind?
United States. They formed the United States to do the same thing that Adolf Hitler learned from America, to force all of these countries, force all of these states to come together as one. Because if they were united, then they could conquer other countries. Why did the United Kingdom make itself the United Kingdom? Why? To come together with Scotland and Ireland and the British Isles to conquer more of the globe, to take over. And then what do they have after that? What's they have right now? The European Union.
Right.
Now they have the European Union, and they all combine under one euro. Why? Because if they unify, do they want to end hunger? Do they want to end starvation? No. They'll unify to go conquer more people and to starve more people and to steal from more people. That political concept started in Babylon. Then the Romans took it up. Then the Americans took it up, and the British took it up, and the French took it up. Everybody understands?
Okay.
She's called the mother of whores. Now, why is she called mystery? Anyone want to give it a shot? Mystery, because read that part read what's on her forehead one more time.
Yes, sir. Revelation 17:5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Now, I explained the last part. Now, all I need you to do is explain, why does it say mystery? Why does it say that?
Checking the comments. You could type in your response in the comments. Why does it say mystery is what the general is asking.
Is to understand why it's so difficult to be in the Israelite school of UPK and to teach what we teach, even though what we teach is obvious. Like it's obvious. Anyone want to give it a shot? Salakia, UPK Deandra, Salakia Ottawa. It's because at the time America was not founded. No, because this is not talking about America. This precept is talking about Rome. That's what we're talking about tonight. I'm bringing up America because America comes out of Rome. Great Britain comes out of Rome. All right. Salakia, sir, this is Shabaya Allah. Salakia, sir, because nobody knows this is the mystery beast. Give him a hand. That's the answer. Can you imagine being enslaved by somebody, being killed, your grandfather, your grandmother, your whole forefamily, the tribe of Gad? That's what Tawabun is, man, the chosen people of God. What do you prefer, tribe of Gad? So-called North American Indian or indigenous people? Which one would you prefer?
North American Indian, personally.
Most High in Christ. The so-called North American Indian. Imagine all of your people being wiped out. All of your forefathers being wiped out, and the cops killing you today. And then you ask somebody, is a white man the devil? They go, no, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not the devil. No, he's not. Damn, it's still a mystery who the whore is. It's still a mystery who Babylon is. With all of her murder, no one knows that she is Babylon the Great, the mother of whores. With all of her actions, with all of her history, still no one knows who she is. Still, no one knows. That answer the perfect question. Go ahead, Al.
If I may, sir, would this precept be appropriate? 2 Thessalonians 2:7.
That's the precept. Go ahead.
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
That's it. The mystery of iniquity was working back in the time of Paul. You know what that means? Even at the time of Paul, if you ask somebody, well, are the Romans the devil? People said, no. What are you talking about? What did the Romans do this so wrong? I got to leave now. I got to get my early morning beating from my master. So I got to go get my back beat by my patriarch. He beats me every day at 2, but I don't know who the devil is. See you. I got to go get, my wife is scheduled to be raped in about 2 hours.
Good night.
But I don't know who the devil is. They didn't know who the devil was in Rome. They didn't know. And they don't know today. It's a mystery. And it's working right now. But this is who she actually is. Let me end the mystery right now for you. She's Babylon the Great, the mother of whores. Babylon birthed Rome, which birthed America, which birthed Great Britain, France, Germany, Italy, blah, blah, blah. All right, anything else?
Come on. Revelation 17 and the latter of verse 5, and the abominations of the earth.
There you go. All the wickedness of the earth comes from these countries trying to be like Babylon, trying to be like Rome. Go ahead.
Right. Come on. Verse 6.